You ready?
Ready as you ever be? Ready as I'm going to get, I guess. I've been in early intervention for about 35 years. Barbara and I, we go back a long way. My agency I worked for a little over 20 years ago, she used to come to the agency and as a speech therapist. So I knew Barbara from CCDC. So she had started her agency, I guess, around that time, and my agency where I was working at had closed. I was looking for another job, so I connected with Miss Barbara, and here I am.
I heard of Therapy Solutions through my sister-in-law. She knew that I would be finishing physical therapy school. So she gave me the resource of Barbara Coaxum, and I reached out to Barbara, and that was December of 2000. And here we are in March of 2021, 21 years later, and it worked out.
Therapy Solutions was my first job right after college. I moved to Philadelphia in 2008, and it's my first position. Working with Barbara and Therapy Solutions was it was a lot of fun. It definitely felt like your family, like we're close-knit, and we're all just playing our part and doing what we need to do to keep the business running, and it was a definitely nice environment to work in.
Therapy Solutions is a very caring and supportive therapy company. Barbara is really just a very dynamic woman. She's always given me the support and always made me feel comfortable as a therapist. It's home for me.
And now we have speech-language pathologist Barbara Coaxum here to help us understand these findings.
For as long as I can remember, I wanted to be a teacher. I have 3 brothers. I used to play school all the time. And for a while, they played along. They were fine and happy with playing, and they were my students. But of course, they decided, we're not playing that with you anymore. We want to play with our cars, and we want to play with our trucks. I cried because no one wanted to play school, and I would go to my mom and say, the boys won't play school with me. Mom, in her infinite wisdom, would make the boys sit down, and they played school with me. By the time I got into high school, I realized, well, maybe not so much teaching. So I started looking into speech-language pathology. I took my first Intro 101 to speech-language pathology course as an undergrad, and absolutely loved it, knew it was for me. I think out of anything that I've ever done, I know that being a speech-language pathologist, I was born to do that. It's just part of who I am.
She's a board-certified fluency expert. She's received multiple awards for her accomplishments as a speech-language pathologist. She's professional, she's a problem solver.
Therapy Solutions was definitely there for me when it came to me having my daughter, Marley. She was a whole 3 months early, and I wasn't expecting to need services for my child, and Therapy Solutions was like a no-brainer. It was the first thing I was like, I already know where she's going. If she needs help, I'm just gonna call up Barbara and see what she can do, and we just got set up right away. She got care, and I knew the kind of care she was going to get because I worked for Therapy Solutions, so that was important.
If she has, like, say, a pillow or something under her back, she'll come right up.
Oh, okay. So there's Mommy. Hi, Mom.
Hi, how are you?
Good. We were just talking about her transitioning from, like...
I get the opportunity every day to wake up and go and do a job that I love. Not only did I create this for myself, I was able to create this for other individuals as well. We have some of the most amazing, committed, dedicated therapists there are. So we have speech, occupational, physical therapists, as well as special instructors. We have an amazing admin staff that really works behind the scenes and keeps things going so that our therapists and providers can do what they need to do. We're pretty unique in that we get an opportunity as therapists to do and interact with families in ways that a lot of people don't.
My favorite aspect of what I do is seeing children meet their milestones. I get to help kids walk. I get to help families transition from sitting to running with their child.
Well, Miss Barb, she's a good lady. I can connect with her at any particular time. She knows me. She's familiar with my family. The agency is a good agency. So everybody works pretty well together. And we all seem to get along.
I could not be prouder of our team. They are the best team ever.
G47. N45. N45. Bingo! Whoa! Woo! Someone is the winner of that.
Oh, let me tell you about Therapy Solutions and community involvement.
So we don't just do the therapy. We know that there are families that are in need. So we are constantly looking for opportunities and ways in which we can support families. So one of the things that we do is that we provide a summer camp experience. So we actually, in collaboration with Copps Creek Recreation Center, have established a summer camp where our therapists go in and they support our campers so that our campers can have a normal, typical summer camp experience.
I'm really proud to say I'm part of Therapy Solutions and all the things that it does offer the children and the families.
I just enjoyed, the camaraderie and like doing things together, like the Christmas parties or the giving the Christmas gifts to the children during the Christmas party. Those were fun times.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and that is Christmas time. It is such a unique category that sets Therapy Solutions apart, because that is a time where Therapy Solutions, they select families that we service throughout the year to have a shopping spree. The shopping spree could either be at Target or it could be at Walmart. And with those box stores, they are perfect because families are able to get so many things from one store. It has just been such a blessing just to be there. And being that I played a small role in that, that made it the most wonderful time of the year for me. I look forward to it every year because I realize the impact that that is going to have on a family who would have never thought that this was going to be coming their way.
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
This virus has just exploded throughout the state of Pennsylvania.
Desperate new measures in some states to slow the spread of the coronavirus.
First, the unfolding coronavirus emergency. The World Health Organization has declared coronavirus a global pandemic.
Yeah, so COVID for us, like the rest of the world, was devastating. COVID forced us to learn how to deliver services in a different way. We weren't really prepared for that.
When I worked there, I was used to the therapists coming out, and I've actually seen some of them like work with the children. So doing it over Zoom is definitely different, but it's still effective. And you can't be there physically, but sometimes they'll have like a doll and they'll show you, and you just, do your best to mimic and describe. It seems to work. We can definitely get the job done.
So I think at first when you hear that most of the speech therapy will be completed, virtually or with teletherapy, it's a little nerve-wracking. The impact of having a supportive speech therapist, particularly for our family, is that Ben's made such wonderful strides with managing his speech and his stuttering, that Barbara, our speech therapist, has worked with us in helping Ben throughout the week as well. Before, we didn't know how we could help Ben with his speech or how to support him. And she gave us those tools. So not only is she working with Ben for his speech, but she's also giving us the tools to help Ben throughout the week.
I had to communicate more with the family. So there were plenty of times when I would end up telling them, thank you for being my hands and my legs with your child. It also allowed me to teach the family so that they can help their child much more than I will be in my absence.
It really made me, as a therapist, continue to use my empathy and compassion and caring ways to work with the families and work with the students, understanding the impact that it has on all of us.
We worked around the clock trying to figure out, how do we stay afloat? How do we make sure our providers and therapists know what to do? It certainly has encouraged us to push ourselves, to be better, and to continue to deliver high quality level of services.
You have to describe Therapy Solutions in one word, what would it be?
Wow, that's hard. There's so many words I want to say. Caring.
It's just amazing how things kind of work. I got this card. It's a simple thank you. It is from a family that we provided the Walmart shopping spree to. It's actually from a grandparent. And she sent us this very simple but very lovely thank you note, thanking us and letting us know how important the shopping spree had been for her grandchildren. Now, granted, it was 3 months since we had delivered it, but it came right on time. It came on the day, a couple of days before we were actually leaving. And one of my last acts was to copy this card and send this out to all of our providers. And, you know, my message to them was, we will be back. Thank you.